Hey guys, what is up? So today's video, as you can obviously tell by the title, is going to be a very different video that I'm used to filming. And it is mainly because I want to bring awareness to this situation. I don't want to stay silent. I want this situation to reach more people. So it can not only bring awareness, but maybe, enlighten something in other people to speak about topics like this. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Kuma Lie, and I go by Gucci Mink on all my socials. But I am of Native Hawaiian descent. I'm always thinking of being Native Hawaiian before any other ethnicity that I am, because I am obviously mixed. But I was surrounded by this culture ever since I was born. I was sent to Hawaiian immersion schools, and even after leaving Hawaiian immersion, I was still surrounded very much by this culture. So I'm deeply rooted with Native Hawaiian culture. And it really is not, this video is not a drama video. It is not to cause drama. It is not to expose this brand. It is so much more of bringing awareness about these situations and hopefully making people want to stand up for other situations like this. So the brand that I'm talking about today is Hawaiian Cosmetics. And this brand contacted my makeup page a couple months ago asking if I wanted to create a code, and with that code I would have to buy products for it to be activated. So I do have lashes from this brand. I have to admit that I did buy lashes. I did buy them without having any idea if the owner was Native Hawaiian or anything. I didn't have no background about this brand, but if you were to see a brand named Hawaiian Cosmetics, you would think of Hawaiians or Hawaii. So I did put aside the whole thinking if this brand is Hawaiian or not. And yeah, to be honest, I never thought about it again until I did have some thoughts, like random, like, oh, I should ask this brand owner, but I never did. And to be completely honest, I honestly spoke out about it because of how much is going on right now in Hawaii. So if you don't know, it's about the situation in Mauna Kea right now. You can Google it. You can find so many things about this. And through that, it showed the Hawaiian people speaking out about things that are just people mistreating Native people in general. Because from this Mauna Kea, there's so many people. There's the Maori people. There are so many other cultures standing up for the same thing, Native rights, taken away by settlers or colonizers or whatever you want to call them. So with that, I did contact this brand, Hawaiian Cosmetics. I contacted her through my makeup page and I DM'd her brand page asking, hey, I have a question. I do love your lashes, so if you could respond, that would be great. One day went by, she didn't answer that DM. I sent another one, that one wasn't answered. And then finally, 3 days later from my initial DM, she did respond. And that's where I asked the question if she's from Hawaii, if she has any connections to Hawaiian culture, Hawaiian ancestry, anything like that. She didn't answer that message. So that's when I knew that this person is not Hawaiian. And so from that, I told her that Hawaiian culture and everything about Hawaii is not a theme to be used. It is like the aesthetic that people from the United States, from the actual states, think about Hawaii is basically just something, the colonizers that came to Hawaii thought of and just made it a huge thing just to market off of. And I explained that to her. And that's when she responded back to me saying, she thought of this name Hawaiian Cosmetics being from Hawaiian Gardens in California. She said that she loves the whole theme of either Hawaiians or Hawaii or whatever. She just said she loves the theme. And she also said that she thought the name was cute. Now that can be taken as she thought the name Hawaiian Cosmetics was cute or she thought Hawaiian was cute. Either way, she's still using the word Hawaiian, which is connected back to Hawaii and back to the Hawaiian people. So then she also says that she understands that I won't support her brand because she's not Hawaiian. And at that point, I'm starting to think, oh, she doesn't really understand that she is using the word Hawaiian to capitalize off this theme that she thought was cute, and that I need to educate her. So, if you're wondering, I am reading off a book. I wrote notes because I have my screenshots of the DM on my phone. She did delete messages towards me, but that is going to be discussed later. I'll just talk about it later. I just want to let you guys know that I'm looking down for that reason. And so when I respond back to her after that message, I'm telling her that the name Hawaiian Gardens came about from the stand from where the city she's from was decorated with bamboos and palm fronds. And to me, that just sounds like the way that settlers and colonizers used to promote Hawaii to think as a paradise. Like, they use that as a marketing scheme. And I'm telling her this. I'm letting her know that her brand name, no matter what intention she had, is still using Hawaiians, the fake aesthetic of Hawaiians, to capitalize off of this. And so with that message sent back to her, she responds to me with the same story of how she lives in Hawaiian Gardens. And then, but this message, she comes at me saying, I have no idea why you're mad. If you were at least a little bit educated on how cultures work, you would understand that as a native Hawaiian who's contacting a brand named Hawaiian Cosmetics with no connection, you would see that it is using a culture to capitalize off of, and it's just culturally insensitive. I don't want to say a cultural appropriation because I still don't really know what that means. I've Googled it. I just never really grasped the concept. I just want to say cultural insensitive because she's really just being insensitive to a whole nation of people. Nation of people, I use that because Lahui does translate to nation. And I do believe we're still a Lahui Hawaii. So she says she doesn't understand why I'm mad and that she doesn't promote Hawaii with her products. But honestly, if you look at her packaging, yeah, it may not look like Hawaiian, but she still uses things that connect back to what people think Hawaii is like. So she uses things like plumeria flowers. One of her palettes is, it kind of looks like Hawaiian Punch. She uses a little surfer girl, and I'm like, you're using things that people would believe is Hawaii, but it's not. So then I address again that this, this is not okay. You're using the fake aesthetic people believe Hawaii is. And with that message, she responds again back to me saying that she adores Hawaii and it wasn't to offend me or my culture. But again, it is not her intention to offend, but it is the ignorance that she's putting out that is offensive. Because she had no care to, research about Hawaii or whatever. She just fell in love with the idea of Hawaii, which is so not right to me. Because how do you fall in love with something, not research about it, brand it, and then say, oh, I didn't mean to offend that culture? And, after those messages, I keep on telling her why her brand name is not right. And that's when she flips the switch so fast, saying, oh, I totally understand you now. And, I will consider a brand name change. And I thought, this is way too fast for you to be understanding this message and saying that. But then she responds after that message, after I do say, thank you for that, because whether or not she meant it, she did say it. So I said thank you. And again, I reiterated that I loved her lashes, but only the lashes. Like, that's it. That's the only thing I like about her, is the lashes. Not the packaging, nothing else. Just lashes. And then when she messaged me again, she said she was either considering a name change or donating to charities in Hawaii. And that's where I said, I will help you learn more about the culture so you know what you're donating to and who you're donating for. So that's when she sends me a link to her other personal Instagram. And, we're messaging back and forth. I give her options of what she can be informed about. She can learn about Hawaii's sovereignty as a kingdom, Hawaii's overthrow, or current issues like Mauna Kea happening today. From that, she asked about language, which is okay because it is cultural. And I explained basically all about language in Hawaii, how it was oral, how it became written through the missionaries coming here, and how Hawaii was almost 100% literate because of it becoming a written language. And after that response, she then asked me the question, where I knew she did not care about the culture or learning anything about it. She asked what island I was from, if the volcanoes were still active, and how the weather was like. I do understand that could be a question, but when I'm telling you I can help you learn about the culture, that should not be a question you ask. You can simply Google it. So I respond to that question and I say, it is an interesting time here in Hawaii trying to connect it back to cultural education. So I tell her about Mauna Kea. I sent her the post that I posted on my makeup Instagram explaining this issue. And then the next morning, she responds, I don't understand. Can you please fill me in? So I say, what do you not understand about? What do you not understand about this post? I can help you learn more about it. She says, how can I help? So I thought, oh, maybe she doesn't really understand this. Like, people are standing to protect a sacred mountain. The one thing that I could think of that she could do is spread awareness. So that's what I told her. So I told her to spread awareness. And she blocked me from that. She doesn't respond to my message. She blocked me from her personal Instagram and her brand Instagram to my makeup Instagram. And from that moment, I thought, she is just she's woefully ignorant. She's disrespectful, and she has no care for what I said. She has no respect for me. She has no respect for my culture. And that's why I chose to speak out about it on Twitter. So I made a whole post on Twitter. Some people were catching on, and some friends were commenting on her page, DMing her. She blocked them as well. And from a consumer's standpoint, if a brand were to be addressed about an issue of them capitalizing off of a culture and then blocking people, it shows how unprofessional this CEO or whoever the brand owner is. Mind you, I didn't mention it, she is 19. I, however, am younger than her, and I'm trying to educate her more about the situation. So if you were to be a brand owner who blocks people, it shows that you are ignorant, it shows you're disrespectful, and it shows you are childish. Because no brand owner should block people who are raising concerns against their brand. To put it in perspective, Kim Kardashian, she tried to trademark the name kimono for her shapewear brand. Kimonos are very, very much used in Japanese cultures. It's literally a part of their culture. And she tried to trademark that name and capitalize off of it. But from the backlash she had, she changed that name so quick. She knew how much it meant to their culture. So how come an indie brand who is much smaller can't get the message from a few Hawaiians that are contacting her about it? From my knowledge, I know she at least blocked 4 of my friends personally. She has also blocked many people who have commented. I've seen comments on her page. And all of a sudden they're gone because she has been blocking them. So this video, again, it's not to cause drama, it's to bring awareness. And even though this is a small situation like a cosmetics brand, the small details will definitely add up. Kumuhina, if you don't know who she is, she's a big activist right now in Hawaii. She's been an activist for a long time, I'm pretty sure. She's such an icon. She is so powerful in the ways that she does things for Hawaiian culture. She's also deeply rooted in a lot of other Polynesian cultures. But she says that she feels this is the strongest that our Lahui Hawaii has ever been. Which is true. I feel that too. You can drive out anywhere in Hawaii and you will see cars, trucks maybe, with either the Hawaiian flag, the actual Hawaiian flag with the Union Jack, or the Kanaka Maoli flag, or both. You'll see so many flags flying everywhere. I go to the beach, you can see flags hanging up on tents. The mana, or the power that the Hawaiian people have right now is so strong. It is so much stronger than I have ever felt in my whole entire life. Which is why we should use this momentum. If some people want to claim that they're Kanaka Maoli, if they're Native Hawaiian right now, They should care about everything. They can't just care about the big issues. They have to care about the small things. Small things like this. Even if it doesn't like relate to your life, if it doesn't fit anywhere in your life, if it doesn't affect your life, it should be the small things that you also fight for. Because, as I say again, small details will add up. And then all of a sudden, you never realize it, everything is gone. Which is why I'm speaking about this issue. So as I was saying, getting back into the story with this brand CEO, after blocking me and posting about it on Twitter, people sent me screenshots of her polls. And on her brand page, she did ask a poll about whether she should donate to Hawaii or everybody in general. Now, looking at it as someone who won't have any background on the issue I had with her personally and privately, it would look very weird. For a brand named Hawaiian Cosmetics, who obviously doesn't promote Hawaii as their culture, their people, whatever, but then suddenly ask, who should I donate to a bunch of people who aren't Hawaiian, whether they should donate to Hawaii or everybody, it should be a private decision. It should be a private decision that has already been made because a native Hawaiian has addressed their concerns towards you. It should not have been a poll for her to ask the general public on her page. But then that poll, I took it as her not, taking Hawaiian seriously. And I did message her after she blocked me on my makeup account through my personal account to her, asking if anything was wrong. She did not respond to that. I sent a couple more messages, and that's when she blocked me. So she has me blocked on 2 accounts. And I had no other way of thinking of contacting her, but she does have emails listed on her brand page as well as her personal page. And I decided to email her saying how unprofessional her blocking people is. Like, that's very unprofessional as a brand owner and as a brand. You should not be blocking people who are raising concerns against your brand. That's it, point blank, period. I also explained how she's basically acting, like a colonizer. And she's just capitalizing off of Hawaiians, whether she likes to think about it as that or not. And through that email, I was explaining to her that she should change her brand name because her heart's not in the right place to be using Hawaiian as her, forefront of her brand. And all she could respond to that email I also mentioned how it kind of was deceitful for her to put that poll on her Instagram about donating. I don't believe she will continue to donate. And I honestly feel like she did it just for one time. And if she were to keep on donating, maybe it will never be again to Hawaii. She just used it as the first time, she sees a reference. But, she did respond very quickly to that email with a screenshot of her donating to Ronald McDonald's Hawaii, which I actually really appreciate, because for someone to just donate without, expecting anything in return, that's a lot. But it's not enough to counteract the fact that she's blocking Native Hawaiians. She doesn't want to address these concerns. She's trying to kick it under the rug by blocking people so that comments are not seen on her page and awareness is not brought to the people's attention. But again, as a Hawaiian, as a native of any culture, small things like this do matter. And to speak up against these things will build up. You can talk about so many small things and they'll add up. It is your kuleana or responsibility as a native of any culture to care for your culture because that is who you are. Hawaiians, they were wrongfully taken from 120 plus years ago. But I finally feel like we're gaining a sense of building back up what was lost. And with this, yeah, it's small, but it still adds up to the bigger picture, as I mentioned before. I cannot stress that enough. You can't just let things like this slide, because how many more things are you going to let slide if you think it's small? You have to choose to be a Hawaiian all the time. You can't choose to be a Hawaiian or a native of your culture whenever it's convenient for you. You always have to stand with your lahui no matter what. And I feel like making this video about this brand is bringing awareness to this topic and hopefully is sparking interest and, a movement in people to do things about small stuff like this. You have to protect what's yours. If I were to make this video about this topic, I don't think anyone else will. And I want this video to gain traction, to gain awareness, so that people like that brand owner of Hawaiian Cosmetics don't keep doing this. This video should not have to be made. But I have to bring awareness and just show people that Native people have a bigger say than people using basically just using cultures that are not theirs. And I thank you if you watch this video. I do encourage bringing your concerns to this brand, the brand Hawaiian Cosmetics. You can DM, comment on her page, even email her, because honestly, if she does keep blocking people, her email will always be open. Because you can't block people on email. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can. You can send it to junk mail, but still, with the amount of awareness being shown to her, awareness and concern to her, she should get the message that Hawaiians, any other culture, should not be taken from if you aren't of that culture and if you have no understanding or care or love for those things. So again, I thank you for watching this video if you did. And if any other small issue comes up like this, I hope that you are able to take a stand. Because even if you're the only one talking about it, you can talk about it for weeks, for months, but as long as you're talking about it, that topic is still alive. It is still being brought out of your own mind and into the world. And slowly, honestly, some people may catch on, some people may not. But as long as you're talking about it, you're still proactively doing something about it. Even if you think that you're beating a dead horse. I honestly felt like I was beating a dead horse for this topic. But I wouldn't let it pass me because, again, if I just let it slide, how many other things will I let slide? And I don't want that to be the norm. I don't want things to just slide because it's small. I want to take care of my culture and make sure that it is known that if you're not of this culture, if you're not of any other culture, but you're using them, that you're just capitalizing for yourself and you're being selfish, ignorant, disrespectful. So I want to end this video by sharing those thoughts, and hopefully you got a message, you got a sense of awareness, and you felt something in you move about topics like this. So again, I would appreciate it if you were to share this video, and I'll catch you in my next one.